Okay, today we will have the webinar session for the general procedure in MIDAS-Gen, design procedure in MIDAS-Gen, based on the Eurocode. The main objective of this webinar is to introduce some useful features of MIDAS-Gen, focusing on the member design of both concrete and steel structures. Also, through this webinar, you can build your capability for the effective implementation of Eurocode. Since some of you are first-time user for the MIDAS-Gen, I will briefly explain about the MIDAS-Gen. MIDAS-Gen is general-purpose structural engineering, analysis, and design software. It has been designed for the building structure, so we have many strong points for the buildings. This shows the main features of Gen. First of all, we have strengths in seismic specific functionality and also comprehensive design code we will look through today, and also highlights specific functionality and intuitive user interface is also a strong point of us. We have this free webinar session twice a month, every month. First session will be the general feature and capability of MIDAS-Gen, which we had last week. And second session we have today is the advanced feature, such as the design procedure or column shortening or seismic design, so on. So next month we will have the advanced webinar session for the construction stage and column shortening. So you can also attend that webinars. If you are very first time and if you want to see the capability of Gen, you can also attend the general introduction, which will be 8th of next month. So if you are interested in attending it, please let us know so that we can send you the invitation letter. Let's see the details of the design functions. Following features are available in MIDAS-Gen. For the steel structure, we can design the general frame design, and also optimal design is implemented. For the RC structure, concrete code design and check. I will explain the difference between two later. And also, for the seismic zone, we can perform the RC strong column whipping design, which is the capacity design in Eurocode. And basic slab and wall design. For the plate elements, we can design those. For the footings, we can also design footings. Spread and piled footing are available. This table shows the available design code in the current Gen. You can see for the RC, steel, and SRC structure, American, European, BS, IS, the Indian and Canadian, China, Japanese, and many international building codes are implemented. Also, for the irregular sections, we are under development for RC, steel, and composite section, which will be released in October of this year. Also, footing design for the L and inverted T section will be implemented. As you can see, currently we had many developments for the Eurocode. So most of the current Eurocode are available for the database of material, section, loads, and also pushover analysis, and design for the regular section and irregular sections. Now let's see the details of the RC frame design first. I will start with some useful parameters of RC design. Firstly, we can consider the auto-calculation of effective length factor. As you know, this effective length factor will be used to calculate the slenderness ratio. So program can automatically consider this effective length factor based on these equations. And If we model this shape of the structure, in order to model this girder, this lead girder, we need to make this girder into separate elements, 3 separate elements, because of the connectivity with these sub-beams. In order to consider this, we can assign it as a member using member assignment function. So once we assign this as one member, program will design it as one member. Automatic consideration is also available. And embraced length can be considered as well. This embraced length will be used for the slenderness ratio with effective length vector that I mentioned earlier. For this shape of the structure, the embraced length of this column for the major axis and minor axis would different. For this y direction axis, the embraced length will be separated for this B beam and A beam. For the Z direction, embraced length will be the summation between 2 different columns. This also can be automatically considered. Also, we can consider the laterally embraced length in order to prevent the lateral buckling. In order to consider the clear span in the design, we can assign the rigid and offset. We have 2 different features for this. One is beam and offset, the other one is Panel-Jones effect. Just usage is a little bit different, like automatic consideration, and this one is the separately enter the dimension of the rigid zone. By assigning those features, we can consider only the clear span of the member. This shows the available section for RC design. For the beam, currently we can design for rectangle and T-shaped section. For columns, we can design rectangle and circular and pipe section can be designed. And also for the walls, we can design the straight wall. As I mentioned, the irregular section design is under development and it will be completed in October. First of all, in order to perform design, we need to create the load combinations. This load combination is also automatically generated by selecting the desired design code here. You can generate these load combinations. Also for the orthogonal effect of the seismic loads, we can consider the 130 rule as well. As you've seen the beginning of the presentation, we have 2 different functions for RC design. One is RC code design and the other one is RC code checking. Difference between 2 is reinforcement assignment. For the design, even though we do not assign the reinforcement data, we can perform the design. Then program will give you the recommended rebar area and spacing and the dimension of the rebar. Based on the results, you can automatically enter the rebar data to the member, or you can manually enter the rebar data as well. After that, if you have made any changes in the rebar data, you may need to verify the members again based on your desired design code. For this, you can use the check function. So after you enter your own reinforcement or you made any modification, then perform the check and it will give you if member is satisfying the design code or not. I will briefly explain the implemented design equation, and then we will see the program how to perform the design for the IC structure first. First of all, this is the bending without axial force, which is the beam design. For the beam design, we can design singular or the singly reinforced or doubly reinforced beams. And for the columns, for bending with axial force, we need to check the slenderness ratio first. For this, those slenderness limitations are provided in the Eurocodes. In order to consider this, you may have different national annex for those different factors A, B, C. For this, we give you to enter those factors manually, and default factor is also entered based on the recommended value. For the C factor, which is using the analysis results, the moment ratio, can be automatically considered by the program as well. After checking the slenderness ratio of the column, then check the moment. For the moment, if the column is slender, we will magnify the moment. So based on this equation, moment magnification will be done. However, if we consider the second order effect, the moment magnification will not be considered for the second order effect. So this consideration also can be done by the program as well. If we enter the p-delta analysis control during the analysis, then this moment magnification due to the second order effect will not be considered by the program. And for the column design, the program used the 3D PM interaction curves to calculate its resistance. For the shear design, firstly, program compare the design shear force and the concrete design resistance. After comparing it, the program will decide if the member requires reinforcement or not. So after that, if the member requires the reinforcement, this equation will be applied. In this equation, you can see that this Z factor is for the this cosine theta is for the stirred angle. This angle also can be entered by the user as well. As a default value for the concrete strut, 45 degrees is entered. And not only the member force, we can also consider the detailing of the members in the automatic design. We can consider the minimum and maximum limitation for the members, for beam member, and for column members, and for walls. Those equations are based on the Eurocode, but for the other design codes are also based on their own equation. Those can be automatically considered. Once we perform the design, we can check the results in the table dialog box and graphical reports and detailed report. You can check for the column and walls, the PM curve. And as I mentioned, we can enter the levers as well. After performing the design, select the desired member and we can update the lever using this button. So using this update lever, this lever data will be automatically entered, and you can check it in the works tree, which will be displayed in the left side of the window. So in order to enter the lever for your own data manually, you can use this dialog box, or you can use the tree menu, drag and drop, or you can use also the table. So using these various type of the enters, you can easily enter the data. There is another useful tool in Zen, Section for Design. After performing design, if you need to change the section size because even though you increase the levy area, but the member is still not satisfying the design code, in this case you need to increase the section size. Instead of go to the pre-processing, the before performing analysis, you can change the member size using the section for design feature. Then program will redesign it if this changed section is satisfied or not. After you checking it, you can change it in the pre-processing. So it will reduce your try and error time for changing the member size. Also for the Eurocode, we need to consider the partial safety factor, which will be used for the design strength of the concrete and steel. This value would be different for each different national annex, so you can directly enter these values as well. Default values are entered based on the selected national annex. And one of the strengths of MIDAS-Zen is also the opened field for each different factors. So even though we implemented only Eurocode recommended factor or recommended annex or Italian annex, but those factors can be entered by you, so you can apply another national annex easily. Currently, we implemented other useful option, which is called Consider Wind and Seismic Load for the flexure floor. In the old version, we were able to consider the static wind and seismic load only for the floor diaphragm. But from this version, the current version, we can consider the static wind and seismic loads with the plate slabs. Using this one, if we enter the static wind loads, the load will be automatically distributed to the vertical members, such as columns and walls. For the static seismic loads, load will be entered to all the nodes, as you can see in this picture, based on its own mass. I just finished the RC frame design part, and I will show you briefly using the program, how to use the program to perform the RC design. This is the model file that I made first. In this model file, firstly, in order to consider the clear span of each member, I entered the Panel-Zone effect. So as I mentioned earlier, we can automatically consider the rigid zone as rigid zone. And response spectrum loads and following loads are entered. As you can see, there is no slabs, and we entered the slabs as a floor load. Slabs self-weight was entered as a floor load. And in this case, we considered the floor diaphragm. Floor diaphragm has been entered. And in order to perform design, firstly, we need to create the load combinations. Go to the results and combination. And here you can see different tabs. Firstly, general tab will be used for the results, post-processing of the results. So for design, we should use the other tabs, which is named as design, for the steel design and RC design. SRC footing. Since this is the RC structure, we will go to the concrete design tab, and by clicking the auto generation, we can see this dialog box, and we can select the design code. You can see the implemented design code, and we will use the Eurocode today. Orthogonal effect we can consider. So we can see the load combination has been generated. After generating the load combination, then we will specify the design code. Go to the design and concrete design parameter, design code. Specify the design code and those factors that I mentioned earlier, strut angle and slenderness ratio. Okay. Then also check the material. Go to the concrete design parameter, modify concrete material. This data is automatically entered if we use the database of the program, and also specify the RIBA data. Modify. After entering the desired data, then we can perform design. Go to design, and firstly, since we have no RIBA data, we will perform design. If you have your own RIBA data, you need to perform the concrete code check, as I explained earlier. So let's go to the concrete code design, and firstly, bin design. Once we perform design, we can see this results table. In this table, it will show you the design force for the axial force and moment, shear force with the critical load combination, and determine the RIBA data as well. We can check these results in the graphical report. We can see recommended RIBA data and the ratio between the design force and the strength for the moment and for the shear force. Here you can see sorted by member and sorted by property. If the members are sorted by property, it will be grouped for each section. If we select the sorted by member, each different member will be displayed separately. So if we generate the sections based on this grouping, then this design results will be displayed based on that group which we generated for the section group. So most critical design results will be displayed when it's sorted by property. But if we want to check for each different member, then you can select sorted by member. For the column design, Also, once we perform the column design, we can see the design results in the table format. Extended the table to check the ratio and the design axial force, moment, and shear force, and also rebar data. This can be checked in the graphical report as well. For the columns, as I mentioned, we use the PM interaction curve. So resistance is calculated this PM interaction. And also we can check the detailed report. This detailed report includes the implemented equations and all the values and all the factors as well. Moment magnification, considering the slenderness of the column, and the partial factor we entered. Based on the PM curve, the resistance, moment resistance is determined. For the shear design part, also we can check the applied parameters and the strength, if the rebar is required or not, and then recommended rebar is displayed here. Once we perform the design, as I mentioned earlier, we can update the rebar data, entering the rebar. Currently, we have no rebar data. As you can see in the worktree, there is no rebar data. If we want to enter the rebar data, select the desired member, and by clicking Update Rebar, rebar data will be entered, and you can check it in the tree menu. For columns also, select All and Update Rebar. I updated rebar based on the property, which is the group of each section. Also, we can update rebar based on the members as well. In order to perform the nonlinear analysis like pushover, you may need to have its exact reinforcement, exact strength. For this, you can sort it by member and then update rebar. Entered rebar can be checked here. By clicking the rebar, you can see which member has this corresponding reinforcement data. By right-clicking property, you can see the detailed values here. Also, you can easily modify the data, and these changes will be reflected in the pictures below. Also, this data can be checked and modified in the table format as well. Go to the concrete design table and modify beam data. You can see the table. We can change any values as well. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. We will see the details for the meshed slab and wall design. This meshed slab and wall design will be used for the plate element, and currently we implemented the Eurocode 2 design code. When you perform the slabs, we use the Udama formula, which is widely used for the slab design. And we can consider the smooth moment. So flexure design and serviceability checking and shear checking and wall design can be performed. Firstly, for the flexure design, following data can be checked. Firstly, the rebar spacing and diameter based on the Udama moment, and the required rebar area, and required rebar ratio, resistance ratio, and Udama moment. You can see the required rebar area is displayed in the contour and rebar type. Also, these results can be checked in the detailed report and the table format as well. In the slab design, once we perform the automatic design, we can enter the rebar data automatically or manually. It is same as the frame design that we checked during the demonstration. So for this, we can consider the skewed reinforcement as well. You can see in this dialog box, we can directly enter the reinforcement direction. This is the applied formula for the Udama moment. Udama moment is the considering the MXI, I mean the torsional moment. So this torsional moment will be transformed to the MX and MY moment. So through these equations, the program will determine the required rebar area. Also, we can perform the punching shear checking. For the punching shear checking, firstly, we need to determine the critical perimeter. Based on the column shape, program will determine the critical perimeter, as you can see here. Then we can check the punching shears based on the stress method or force method. This force method is the same as the Eurocode implemented equation. And stress method is based on the analysis results from the stress. When we use the force method, we need to consider the factor beta. This beta factor is the factor for considering the eccentricity of the load, such as the edge column or corner column. So for this beta factor, different equations should be applied, which is quite complex, but using Midas-Gen, you can automatically consider this beta factor for the punching shear check. For the slab serviceability check, those checking are provided. Firstly, stress check and crack control and deflection check. For the stress check, stress checking and stress checking for the concrete and reinforcement, and crack control and crack control for these 4 different results. Cracked width, minimum reinforcement, and some other values specified in the Eurocode. And also for the deflection check, uncracked and cracked section can be checked. For the cracked section, program will perform the cracked section analysis. Based on the equation provided in the Eurocode, we will update the moment of inertia and the deflection will be updated. For the wall design, program can give you the reinforcement spacing and diameter and required rebar area and required rebar ratio, and also resistance ratio can be checked. Following equations are provided based on the Eurocode 2. Also, the concrete stress needs to be checked based on the code. So this also can be done using Midas-Gen. I will briefly show you this procedure as well. This is the building for the 5-story with the meshed plate slabs. Firstly, I would like to show you one of the useful tool, task pane. Using the task pane, you can easily perform the advanced analysis, and also you can directly enter your own task pane data as well. This task pane will be used to show you the required steps or required related the functions. For example, push-up analysis, required step, and performing analysis and related post-processing will be checked in this one step. Or some other advanced analysis, you can use this task pane. Also for the message slab and word design, instead of using these menus, I would like to show you how to use the task pane. If we go to task pane, you can see import to user defined page. I made one task pane previously. By opening this task pane, you can see our own data has been entered. This data can be made very easily using the text format. By entering the name and desired menus, you can easily make this task pane data and then enter it in this page. So I will use this task pane for performing the message slab design. First of all, it's same. We need to create the load data, load combination. Since this is the RC structure, go to the concrete design tab and specify the design code and OK. After create the load combination, for the serviceability type load combination, we need to specify its own type for the quasi-permanent frequent characteristic for the Eurocode. And if we automatically generate the load combination as you've seen just before, this data is entered by the program, so you don't need to change this data. But if you manually create the load combinations, you need to check the serviceability load combination type. Then go to the message slab and word load combination. In this dialog box, you can check which load combination will be used for the slab and wall design. In order to reduce the time, I will select only one load combinations. Okay. And serviceability parameter for the stress, crack control, and deflection. This will be used as a limitation of the serviceability checking. Enter the serviceability parameter. I will use the default values. And let's perform the flexural design first, which is using the Udama moment. As I mentioned, we can consider the smoothing moment. So we can use the average nodal, which is considering the connected element as one value, and also average values for the specified length. I will check the bottoms, and let's see the required rebar area. The results can be checked in the model view, as you can see. So if you click the design result button, program will give you the detailed report how to calculate the moment and the also its ratio. And by clicking the Design Force button, you can see the Udama moment based on the analysis results moment. How Udama moment has been calculated, you can check for the top and bottom for direction 1 and 2 for each of the elements for different nodes. Based on these results, I will update the LIBA. Entering the LIBA data. Once we enter the LIBA data, this data can be checked in the tree menu as well. So you can easily check and modify the LIBA data as I mentioned for the frame design. And let's go to the shear checking part. As I mentioned, based on the dimension of the connected column, program will check the critical parameter first, and it will give you the ratio, which is larger than 1, which it means we need to enter the shear reinforcement so it will be displayed in red color, and the other one you can see it's displayed in the black color. So with the critical parameter, we can check the results. Those results can be checked in the text format as well. And recommended reinforcement area can be also checked. After that, for the substability checking, firstly, let's see the stress check for the concrete values. We can see these results in the contours. Also, in the text format, we can check it. These results, how to calculate the stress. When you check the stress, program will calculate the correct moment and update the stress if the crack occurred. For the deflection check, as I mentioned, we can check the uncracked and cracked section deflection. First of all, for the uncracked, we can check it here. So we can check the value. For the cracked, firstly we need to perform the cracked section analysis. Specify the iteration criteria and then perform the cracked section analysis. Once we perform the correct section analysis, go back to the serviceability checking, and let's see the correct deflection results. So we can see the value has been increased after the crack, and also we can check the cracked point. If the crack occurred. Also we can check the long-term effect as well by entering the creep coefficient. Okay, let's go back to the IC capacity design. For your information, if you have any question, you can use the chat window. Then end of the session, I will answer for all of your questions. So first use the chat window. I will answer after I finish the demonstration and the explanation for those features. For the capacity design, this is for the seismic design. So for this, in the Eurocode 8, following procedure are recommended. We should follow this procedure for the seismic design. Firstly, performance requirement will be determined, and the ground condition, and we will decide the seismic action, if we will enter as a static seismic load or response spectrum load, and generate the load combinations. And then, based on the regularity of the structure, we will decide the method of the analysis, if we can perform the static seismic loads or pushover analysis or inelastic time serial analysis. After that, we will perform the analysis, and safety verification is required. And then we will perform the capacity design. Also, the detailing is considered. This capacity design has been implemented in GEN based on the Eurocode 8 and also Italian code, which is NTC 2008. And also American standards, we can perform the strong column with beam design. The basic rule of the capacity design and strong column with beam design are the same. In the capacity design, firstly, the beam's failure should be first, then the column's failure. And the other rule is the moment failure should be performed first before the shear failure. In order to satisfy this rule, the design force will be determined. When you decide the column design moment, we will use the beam design moment. So we will consider the safety factor and then calculate the design moment. For the shear force, first of all, beam's shear force will be determined based on the moment resistance of the beam. So it means moment failure will be occurred always first, then shear force. Also for the column, it will use the moment resistance to calculate the shear force, design shear force. For walls, the same rules are applied, and for the different shape, different type of the walls, we are applying the different design force. And moment envelope is required for the walls. We are considering this moment envelope during the detailing and considering the design forces. I will show you the demonstration for the capacity design briefly. Most of the use for the capacity design is the same as just concrete code design that we checked just before. I will use the same model file. When you perform the capacity design or strong column with beam design, we need to check on this option, Apply Eurocode 8 Capacity Design. Once we check this option, we can see the following data has been displayed. Here, first of all, this factor is applied, which is in order to satisfy the strong column with beam rule, we need to have the safety factor. This factor can be changed based on the different national annex, and we can change this value. And the ductility class, we have 3 different classes. DCL is the same as Eurocode 2 simple frame design, and DCM for the medium ductility, and DCH for the high ductility. And for the shear force, we need to consider the gamma factor. This gamma factor is to consider the overstrength of the steel strain hardening and also confinement of the compressive strength. So we can consider this gamma factor. Once we change it to the DCH, we also need to consider gamma factor for walls and joints. And beam column joint design also can be performed. This joint design results will be displayed with the column results. By clicking this extension button, the behavior factor needs to be considered in the capacity design. This behavior factor can be automatically calculated by the program, or we can manually enter the value as well. For calculating the behavior factor, we need to select the structure type. And for the detailing, we need to specify the elastic response spectrum. We will use the Eurocode that we specified in the pre-processing. Okay. Then performing the design is same. We can use the concrete code design and those function, or for the automatic design procedure, we can use this menu as well. Program will perform the same design. Firstly, generate the load combinations. Okay. Then perform design. In order to reduce the time, I will perform design for the specific members only. If I select some members, then program will perform design for the selected members only. We need to perform beam design first. Since the capacity design is using the design resistance of the beam to calculate the column's design moment and shear force, and perform the column design. And the results are same. Once we perform the design, we can check the results in the table dialog box for the beams and for columns. And we can check these results in the graphical report and the detailed report. And for this shear wall, which was using our wall element, we can perform design from this wall design. We can check also the same design results in this dialog box table, and also graphical report. We can see the results for the major and minor direction. Since we are using the 3D PM interaction, the major and minor direction you can check, and detailed report are same as the column design. We can check the detailed values and equations which was using in the design. Okay, so once we perform the capacity design, then we can check the ratio. As I mentioned earlier, we need to satisfy the rule 1.3, this one. The summation of the beam resistance, moment resistance into 1.3 should be smaller than moment resistance of the column. In order to check if this rule is satisfied or not, we can use this function, strong column with beam ratio. In the model view, we can see if there is any member which is not satisfying 1.3, which is less than 1.3 or not. Also, this can be checked in the table as well. So you can see if any of them are not satisfying, it will be turned in red, and also NG will be displayed in this table. We can change the desired limitation by your own value. Okay. Go back to the presentation and let's continue with the steel code check. For the steel code check, various type of the section we can perform the check, the design. For the yielding, this is the general ultimate state design, and also we can check the flexure buckling and shear buckling and lateral torsional buckling. This shows which section can be designed for which different design type. Unlike the concrete design procedure, let's briefly see which equations are implemented in the steel design. First of all, the resistance of the cross section program checks in terms of the compression, tension, and bending moments based on each different class 1, 2, 3, 4. Program will check the class of the section first, and then this equation will be applied. Also for the shear resistance and shear buckling both can be checked. And combined resistance can be checked for the bending and shear and bending and axial force, and bending, shear, and axial force combined. For the buckling resistance, firstly we can check the uniform members in compression, general buckling resistance, and also we can check the lateral torsional buckling and shear bucklings. Shear buckling is included in the previous one, and this is the lateral torsional buckling. When you check the lateral torsional buckling, the complex parameters needs to be considered in your code 3. In order to calculate the correct moment, this factor, C1 factor, is required. And this C1 factor is determined based on the bending moment diagram. This can be determined by the program automatically. So by performing the Eurocode 3 design, still design, program will check this one as well. And the combined moment for the combined resistance for the buckling, bending, and axial. After that, once we perform the still checking, this will be displayed. I will show you using the program. This structure will be used to perform the steel code design. First of all, we need to create the load combinations. This time, since this is the steel structure, we will go to the steel design tab and then auto generation, specify the desired design code. We will use the Eurocode 3 and OK. We can see the generated load combinations here. In terms of the strength and serviceability, the program will perform the design. After creating the load combination, then specify the design code, go to the steel design parameter and design code. You can see available design code here, Eurocode, AISC, Canadian, PS, Japanese, Chinese, Indian, so on. Okay. After selecting the design code, then let's perform the concrete code check. Once we perform the steel code check, it's the same. This results table is displayed with the effective length factor and the design member force for the axial moment, buckling moment, and my maximum major and minor moments, and the ratios, resistance, and the deflection check. If the member is not satisfying the design code, it will be displayed in red color, as you can see here. Then, in order to find the recommended section, we can use our useful option, this change button. By clicking this button, and you can specify the desired ratio which is satisfying the design code. By clicking the search section, program will give you the recommended section which is satisfying the design code, and then by clicking it and change and close, program will recalculate the design resistance, and you can see this section is displayed as OK now. For this section also, let's check the recommended section and select the desired section and change and close. Okay. So you can see all of the sections are now satisfying the design code. However, what we just changes the two sections are not reflected in the pre-processing. In order to update this section, by clicking these sections and sending it to here. The program will perform the analysis and design again. In order to have the exact design results, after we updating the section, we need to do this procedure. Then also we perform the still checking. Once the design is complete, we can also check the same results table here. So you can see now all of the sections are satisfying the design code. These results are same, graphical results. You can check the entered design force and ratio. With the section diameter and properties, you can check the applied design force and design parameter like embraced length and effective length factor, and program check the axial resistance bending combined and the shear resistance, and also substability checking for the deflection. If you go to the detailed button, detailed text format report will be displayed. For each different load combination and apply the parameters. At the beginning of the checking, firstly program will check the classification of the section. So program will give you if the section is class 1 or 2 or 3. So you can see this section is determined as the class 1. Then the further applied equation is corresponding the class 1 section. So you can see the applied equations that we checked previously in the presentation file. Okay. Then briefly I will explain the optimal design as well. Still, optimal design is also implemented in MIDAS-10. In order to find the optimized sections, we can perform the optimal design. So by performing the optimal design, you can see the various type of the graph as a result. We can specify if we want to perform optimal design using our program database sections or your own database. You can directly enter your own desired section shape, section dimension directly to the program. Or you can also use the built-up section. Briefly show you the optimal design, how to perform it. For the optimal design, I will use this model file. It's the same. I previously defined the load combinations, and also we need to specify the design code as a Eurocode 3. After that, go to the still optimal design. Perform still optimal design. Firstly, program will perform the general still code check based on the design code. Then, by specifying the desired options like number of iteration and method of the optimization, then we can perform the optimal design. you can see this is the result of the steel code check. This is the combined ratio, which means if the ratio is less than 1, it means the desired, the selected codes are satisfied. All the sections are satisfied the code. And then we can check the design criteria. We can select when you update the section during the optimization, we can select if we want to use the built-up section or database of the program or your own database. We will use the unique section with shape I. This one is the dimension of the section. So if the shape I section, D1 represents the height of the section. So program will find the recommended section, I mean the optimized section, based on this value. Starting from this height of the I section, then plus minus 0% of this height will be checked in the Eurocode UNI section database. And also number of iteration needs to be defined. I will check 3 times and perform the design and analysis. You can check its different times and the ratio for its different components. Okay, we just completed the design. Then we can check the results in the graph format. For the weight, we can see how much weight has been reduced. For the weight sum, for each section group, and average ratio, so on. So these various type of the results can be checked by performing the optimal design. And also we can check the results in the text report. As you can see here, so you can see updated history. And if you want to apply this change, these updates to the model file, by clicking the desired sections and mode updates, program will perform the analysis and the section will be automatically updated. Okay, so that's all for the presentation for design features today. If you have any question so far, please use your chat window, then I will answer for all of your questions. Firstly, question is about the eccentricity in the wind load. When you enter the wind load is entered based on the dimension center. If you go to the model and building story, this story data, if we go to the wind tab, in the floor center, I mean the dimension center, the wind load will be applied. So if we consider the eccentricity, from the dimension center, the eccentricity will be considered. And about the wall design, we have two different types of the wall design. First of all, one is go to the concrete core design and wall design. This is using the wall element, which can be used for the shear wall in the high-rise building. The other way is using the plate element. We have seen the previous demonstration. I skipped the wall design part when I show you because of the time limitation, but the usage is quite similar. In the plate element wall design, we can perform this wall design for the horizontal reinforcement, vertical reinforcement, and also concrete. The concrete stress limitation can be checked. So this wall design can be used for the plate element meshed walls. One question about the response spectrum. Using this model, I will briefly show you how to define the response spectrum loads. First of all, we need to generate the response spectrum functions. Go to the load and wind response spectrum analysis data and go to the function. In this function, here we can see the design spectrum button, and many databases for the response spectrum has been implemented. IBC, UBC, and New Zealand, Eurocode, and China, India, Taiwan. Also, you can define your own response spectrum using the user type. This time I will use the Eurocode 8 with the desired parameter and maximum period. Okay, so you can see this spectrum data has been displayed here. After entering the response spectrum function, then generate the response spectrum load case. Go to this function, specify the load case. Program can automatically find the major axis. In the irregular shape of the building, like this shape, the major axis would be different from the global axis. So program can find the major axis of the building, and then response spectrum data can be entered to that direction by clicking on this option. For response spectrum, enter the eigenvalue analysis data. And we can specify the method of the load combination, model combination, SRSS, CQC, ABC, and linearly combined. Also, there is option to restore the signs. As you know, the general model combination sign is always deleted. but in the special case like Math Foundation, we need to restore the sign. So in this case, by clicking it, we can restore the signs. And add. So X direction has been entered. For the Y direction, usage is same. Auto search for the orthogonal direction and using the same function, add, close. So you can see the response spectrum data has been entered. And based on this, if we generate the load combinations, delete previous one, and if we regenerate the load combination, program now can consider the response spectrum in the load combinations. Also, for your information, when you define the response spectrum, also we can consider the accidental eccentricity as well. We can define the eccentricity percentage here. Okay. There is another question about the member types. When you perform the design or perform analysis, how if we define the member type or not? Firstly, if the member direction is parallel to the global Y direction, it will be considered as beam, as column. And if the member is light in the global XY plane, they are considered as a beam automatically. However, if we consider any column or beam to different type, like if we want to design this column as a beam member, or if we create one brace and then if we want to design it as a column, then you can specify the type of the member. Go to the general design parameter and modify member type. And then you can specify here if we want to, for just an example, if we want to consider it as a column, clicking apply, and by going to the related table, you can see it is applied as a column. So in this case, the design will be performed based on the columns rule. Just performing analysis are same for the columns and beams. For the design, different rule will be applied. So you can specify the types using this function. Or if no data has been entered, program can automatically recognize based on its directions. And Another question about the possibility of the importing CAD file. Yes, we can import the DXF file. If you go to the File, Import, here you can see AutoCAD DXF file. So by browsing the DXF file, we can select your own DXF file, then select your desired layers. Then they will be entered as a beam element. Also, the closed plane will be entered as a plate element as well. So we can import the DXF files. And one other question about the optimal design for the truss element. Our optimal design can be performed for the beam and columns, so braces are not included in the optimal design, so we can optimize the truss sections. We can't. There about the Canadian code. Since I explained today's design code based on the Eurocode, for different country we need to specify the different design code and the detailed procedure like determine the failure or some other procedure would be different. For the Canadian code, you need to see the details for the to use this Canadian design code, and then we can check the details of the failures. For your information, from the next year, we will update the Canadian code for the steel and concrete structure, so you can use the latest Canadian code with Midas-Gen as well. If we use the construction stage analysis, then performing design, yeah, we can perform the design as well, this automatic design after performing the construction stage analysis. So in the design, after performing the construction stage analysis, the final stages member force will be used for the design. So we can perform it. If you are interested in the construction stage, please attend the next month's webinar. It would be also very helpful for the construction stage analysis and column shortening results.